Loot drops in Path of Exile 2 are not targeted for whatever class that you're playing, which means that if you're playing as a ranger, for example, even though you may be hoping for a bow, a quiver, or some light armor to drop, chances are that you're going to be finding a lot of wands, great hammers, quarterstaves, and heavy armor that you won't have the strength or intelligence to use. This is why trading with other players is so valuable. Players that are in need of gear for their class can find it from other players, and people that are looking to offload items that are of no worth to them can get more than just a few shards of an orb. Here's how trading works from both sides. Finding items that are listed for trade is fairly easy. If you want to stay within the confines of the actual game, you can just keep the trade tab open in chat. You'll see many players listing items that they're looking to trade, and you can simply whisper them and give them an offer. If you're looking for something a little more specific, you can go to the official Path of Exile 2 trade website, pathofexile.com/trade2. Here you can add all sorts of filters to narrow down offers by type of gear, level or stat requirements, and specific modifiers that you want the piece of gear to have. Once you find the listing of the item that you want, there's a button to instantly whisper the seller to let them know that you're interested, at which point you can simply take it to the DMs to further negotiate the deal. Once the trade is set, you'll need to either join their party or invite them to yours. Click this button on the top left of their portrait to teleport into their instance, and then right-click the portrait to select trade. Both players drop their end of the bargain into the trade window, mouse over the other person's offer to make sure it's what was advertised, and then both players must accept the trade in order for it to go through. Make sure you thank the other person, because you know, manners, and then you can leave the party and go back to whatever it is you were doing. Listing items is a bit more complicated. The easy way is to simply list your item in the trade chat. When you find a piece of gear you're interested in trading, hover your mouse over it, hold Ctrl and Alt, and then left click it if you're playing on PC. If you're playing on console, you'll need to open your inventory, press the left trigger to open the chat, move your cursor over to the item you want to list, and then hold square on PlayStation or X on Xbox to link it in the chat. The more effective way of listing an item for trade, though, is to list it on the official trade website, and unfortunately, doing that isn't free. You'll need to purchase a premium stash tab from the in-game store. Once you've purchased the stash tab, place whatever items you're looking to trade in this stash, then right-click the tab and click the box that says Public. You can set whether all items in this stash are going to sell for an exact price, a negotiable price, or make it different from item to item. If you're making a unique price for each item, you can right-click the item in this stash and set the price. Note that you can also use decimals, so if you want to list something for the price of a fraction of the worth of one exalted orb, you can set the price as something like 0.2 exalted orbs, and then negotiate with the other person as to what you believe would be worth that much. You can get a sense of the worth of various items by looking at the bulk item exchange on the trade website. Let's say you want to see how many regal orbs are worth one exalted orb. You could say that you're looking for an exalted orb and that you have regal orbs, and then hit search to see what other people are listing as the price. And finally, a couple of words of caution when using the trade site. First, some types of gear simply won't roll within certain affixes you might be looking for. Gloves, for example, will never increase your movement speed. Check PoE2DB.tw to see what affixes can roll on what types of gear. Also, make extra sure that you're paying attention to the requirements of an item so you don't trade for something that you can't use for a while. And that is a guide on how to trade in Path of Exile 2. It's something you should really participate in, as it's by far the best way to get valuable orbs for items you can't make use of, and also fill the gaps in your build with rare items that have modifiers you're actually looking for. Thanks for watching, and for more Path of Exile 2, make sure to check out our list of the 10 mistakes that you should avoid making. And for everything else, keep it here on IGN.